How are
Cool.
you?
Thanks for having us here. So this is it. This is your site.
Yeah, this is it.
So yeah, your second project in. So your first project, big learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah, big learning curve. I'd say, clearly there's a big difference between working at a large, in quotation marks, institutional property company and effectively, doing it on your own through a company with no real track record, just a new company, like a startup in a way.
Yeah. So your first one, because you didn't have a track record at that stage, was that fully funded with equity?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Site acquisition or the site purchase was fully funded with equity at the time.
Yeah.
But then raised a construction loan as well. Yeah, you're 100% right. Most or pretty much any bank that I went to,
Yeah.
effectively, kind of kindly and politely said no.
Okay.
Because you don't have a track record. And then so I thought, okay, how can I solve that? How can I kind of tick that box, right?
Tell us.
Or jump that hoop.
Yeah.
What I did was try and build a little bit of a network of developers that I think I even spoke with you guys maybe at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, ultimately brought a developer on board that had maybe kind of, done 5 sites, something like that in the UK, who had a track record that the bank would understand.
Okay.
And gave him, and he invested some money, let's say maybe 5% of the total project cost. And he received shares in the company for that. Effectively put his name on the application.
Okay.
He wasn't a director of the company, but in terms of, because some of these things are also qualitative, right, for banks making decisions.
Yeah.
So we had a meeting together with the lender, said, look, this person has shares in the company, he's involved, he has experience, and he's incentivized to see the project through to success as well.
Yeah.
So and that gave them some comfort.
That's really good. Yeah. So effectively, it's kind of like a joint venture agreement in a way.
Exactly. In my mind, when someone says joint venture, I think like 50-50.
Yeah. No,
he was like. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it depends on the agreement.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've said this in the past. Like, that's a good way to start and get going. If you don't have a track record, a lot of people ask, like, how do I get going if I don't have a track record?
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg problem, and it's kind of like.
Yeah, so this is the one way is to team up with someone who is experienced, who has gone through the process before and does have a good track record. So, yeah, no, great. That's a good.
But the thing on that is even like it takes work to find that person. But yeah, it's I guess about going out there, speaking with people, showing them that you're serious, that you're going to stick at it.
Yeah, you're a developer who doesn't do the construction themselves, right? You hire a contractor.
Correct.
To deal with it. So where are you in the process with this site? Have you found a contractor?
So we're towards the final stage of running
tender.
Exactly, effectively a tender process to find the contractor. The first project was a design and build JCT construction contract.
Yeah.
Where we went in or the kind of employer's requirements, right, were planning drawings and like a very simple spec. And I've learned through that, or tried to have learned through that. And so for this one, we spent time to advance the drawings to effectively like a stage 4, REBA stage 4 level. Architects, engineers, M&E, lights, sprinklers, very important, right, for multi-story blocks of flats.
Yeah. So you've got a full detailed pack.
Gathered a list of names through my network.
Yeah.
And then had 2 rounds, like a first tender submission and then review, Q&A, and a second one now.
Okay. Yeah. So you're getting quite close to finding.
Pretty close, yeah.
What drew you to this site though, in terms of like, is it location and stuff, or?
The thing that drives me on that kind of stuff, I guess, situational and opportunistic.
Yeah.
So there was kind of a good situation for this site, be able to acquire it, Warren Buffett would say at an attractive value,
That's good. Yeah.
That's in a way my focus, and that's also what I enjoy in the hunt, right?
Yeah.
And then once that's done, then I kind of start to think about I'd say the design and what the final product will look like.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's clear that the final product is going to be a good one here. But then the fine tuning, right? The final details